Welcome to Love My 419 with the gaggling Yentis over here. This is from the Harold Jaffe Jeweler studio. I'm Bill Delaney, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Reamy.
How's it going?
We'll get everybody in here. A lot to get into today's show. One of the things we're going to talk about is Jimmy Kimmel and his plea to the country, and a sympathetic plea.
It was heart-wrenching, but you really sympathize what was going on, especially for those with health care that's subpar.
Right,
for those that can't afford it. So it was really, really interesting what he had to say.
And the other thing is the revitalization of downtown. And what we're doing downtown is just marvelous. Things are starting to move.
We finally got somebody that's putting their money where their mouth is at.
Correct.
I mean, investing big time.
And saving an asset on the river, so that will be very cool.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. The asset. Is the one government center downtown that we really got to talk about.
Another asset we need to save. So there you go.
Do something about it. But we'll be right back with more on these stories. Stay tuned.
Love My 419 is brought to you by Harold Jaffe Jewelers. And without Harold Jaffe Jewelers, there's no Love My 419. Without any Love My 419, you would have nothing to do, nothing to talk about. You would know everything that's cool on the 419. So thank you to Harold Jaffe Jewelers. It's where Toledo gets engaged.
Falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion.
Back to more of Love My 419 in a moment, but right now we have Jeff Jaffe from Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Jeff, take it away, buddy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Take it, please. Take it.
I see the show has really gone to the
gone
dogs.
to the dogs. Yeah, it's
very cute.
She was a very good doggie this morning, and so I felt badly.
Yeah, well, you don't want to leave her at home.
Well, no.
Cool. Well, I've got news. I've got big news. I've got two things to talk about. First, Jazz Society, the Toledo Jazz Society, also known as the Art Tatum Jazz Heritage Society. Concert this week, Thursday night, at the Glass Pavilion. It's our Jazz Under Glass, and it's going to be, every one of them is really good, but this is going to be great.
Okay.
This is Ben Wilkins' quartet, and Ben Wilkins on trumpet, featuring Gene Parker on saxophone.
Wow.
Galen Bundy on organ, and Oman Piedra on drums, and they are fantastic. It's a great group. I urge everybody to come out Thursday night.
Sounds great.
6:30 to 8:30 at the Museum Glass Pavilion. Jazz Under Glass.
Wow, that's big.
Excellent.
That is
a big lineup.
But I got bigger news.
Oh,
bigger. Go for
You're
it.
bringing out the guns.
We need news.
Well, this is a special time of my life.
Okay.
We talked about our store being 70 years old, or about to be 70. Well, you also know that in our 70 years, we don't have a whole lot of sales. We don't do a whole lot of sales promotions, things like that.
Right.
Well, starting tomorrow, Monday morning, it's our 70th anniversary, birthday, whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
Birthday week. And we are having prices as much as 70% off.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
My God,
I need a drink of my coffee
Hey,
right now.
I need something stronger than that.
I could probably.
Boy,
use
you're
some
giving a
truck.
farm away,
Well,
buddy.
percent.
Well, you can imagine that being around for that long, you've got. I mean, there's a lot of things that are a little bit dated, and we'd like to move them out.
Wow.
And we want to celebrate, so we're going to be having every day of the week. We're also going to be having doorbusters. So there's a special promotion for every day. People should be looking at Facebook. Because there's going to be an item and the first come, first serve for a limited number of pieces every day. So it'll be a lot of fun. And so I encourage everybody to come out, take a look. If you haven't been in the store, please come in. Do not feel obligated to buy. Come and get to know us. Have a cup of coffee. I have a piece of cake. We're gonna be celebrating. And then
Mother's Day coming up.
We figured timing for Mother's Day would be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, everything. I mean, and if you really want to plan ahead, there's the holidays coming next. Christmas and birthdays and all of those
And
things.
Doggy and me need a diamond-studded collar.
Yeah, buy it now and set it aside.
Exactly.
Perfect. Should be jammed.
So anyway. Come out, see us. Thank you, and don't forget the jazz.
See what I talked about earlier was buy local.
Hey, we all try.
Here's a perfect example.
We try to do it, and we do it the best we can.
And they have gorgeous stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. More of Love My 419 in a moment. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill, Sandy, Steve. And Steve, I think you got a message for us.
Oh, well, we wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for our great sponsors, which is brought to you by Rachel Michaels Popcorn. So if you go in the store today or anytime, other than today, you can go in.
Anytime you want.
Mention how much you love our show. Love the three of us on Love My 419. Courtesy of Love My 419, you get a free mini bag of popcorn.
And her popcorn is wonderful.
Yeah, it's so good. But let her know, let everybody in the store, grab random people in the store and say, hey, I know you love the show.
Grab random people on the street.
Feel free to embarrass yourself on behalf of our show, okay?
I mean, we embarrass ourselves
We've done
every
it
week.
before.
Embarrass everybody sometimes.
But earn that popcorn. That's what I'm saying.
We want to get into some of these stories. Stephen, the big thing is you saw the Jimmy Kimmel show the other day, and his plea to the nation is something else. Please expound on that.
I love Jimmy Kimmel. I think he's funny, but he wears his heart on his sleeve. And if for those that watched it this past week, his newborn baby, Billy Kimmel, basically had a heart defect that was undetected. And it was thank you to a nurse that happened to see that the little guy didn't look quite right. They had to do an emergency open heart surgery on this newborn. But the interesting twist for it was that he really was sympathetic to those in the hospital that couldn't afford the care that, obviously that he could. So and he was really, really sincere. He said, basically, no parent should ever have to decide if they can afford to save their child's life.
That's right.
Well,
that just reaches, to anybody that has children.
I had a situation in my grandchildren where, things happened and it was corrected, but it was very tense.
Right.
Very tense.
Right.
Again, with Jimmy Kimmel, he made this plea to support our Affordable Care Act. So that's
in some form.
Yeah, in some form.
I think something is going to work out on this. It will work out.
Right.
Hopefully.
And and we were talking about some of our assets that we were talking about. So with Government Center, yeah.
Well, now
$5 million for refurbishing, and we haven't paid rent on that thing, and I don't know when.
Well, I'll tell you how I feel. I feel that since I was in office at the time in that building when they built it, at the beginning it was the lowest and best bids, which is quote unquote what government has to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the heating in the air has never been quite right. The windows have leaked. There's all kinds of issues with the building. Governments, in my opinion, other than the county owning the courthouse, which they should,
right,
should not necessarily be in the business of being landowners.
No, but there's something in the article that says that the Port Authority, which has a better history of property management than the city, maybe they should take it over.
Maybe. But
somebody's got to do it in order to preserve it, for one thing, and things can be worked out. But it's got to be somebody that buys it. Somebody comes in there can really know what's how to
How
manage
old
it.
is that building? Does anybody know?
20-something years old.
30, I think.
Might be
30 years.
30 years old.
But it's still something
it seems like yesterday, folks.
It's still something that's worth
34
saving.
years old, and I'm saying from the day it was built, there were issues.
Wow. You think it was poor construction, or it's just time is just wearing on?
It's just wearing out.
It's like your own home. If you don't take care of it, you're going to have to get the ceilings fixed, or you're going to replace the water heater. You're going to have to do all kinds of things. It's like your body. If you don't take care of your body, it's going to be falling apart.
Well, maybe we can nudge on the sleeve of our guest, the Eydes, and see if they'll write us a check.
Well, we will talk about that. I also think that they ought to buy the old Holiday Inn that the commissioners partially tore down.
Yes.
Which would enhance their investment across the street.
You would think. I mean, knowing some of the investors, I don't know what's taking them so long to get that project done. Because, you've got ProMedica across the street. You've got the Eyde development that's going on. You've got, and I guess there's going to be some things going on in Fort Industry Square.
Right.
Yeah.
So, right there, this is sitting in the middle of that. So,
one would assume.
Well,
wow.
things going
You know what they say about assume?
What do they say about it?
I can't say it. It's just a family program.
Right.
We'd like to go on and on about that, but we'll be back in just a moment with more of Love My 419. Welcome back to Love My 419. I'll introduce our special guest in just a second. I'm Bill Delaney, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy, and our special guest today is Matt Eyde, who is going to do some revitalization downtown. Matt, this is a wonderful deal. We waited for this for a long time, and things are starting to happen. So give us a run-through as to what you're going to be doing down there.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you very much for having me on. It's really
Our
nice.
pleasure.
The tower on the Maumee, it's going to be 106 apartments from floors 17 through 28, and then office from the second floor to the 16th, and then retail on the first. We're going to redo the whole building. You know, aside from the steel and concrete, the building's going to be brand new. We're very, very excited to do it. The apartments, they're going to be luxury apartments. Right now we have a crew from Italy installing, the tile. And we were just up there last Wednesday, and it's the views. It's been going to be really special.
Wow.
Yeah, the views have always been just magnificent.
Our family's very excited to be working in
We're
pouring
very happy.
resources into
We're happy
Toledo.
Very
to have
excited
you
to have
because,
you back here.
You know, it was
it's
always
great.
been a great anchor in that one particular part of downtown Toledo. So, and the view is phenomenal.
View is spectacular.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I've lived downtown now for about 12 years now. So actually, I was one of the first people to buy a townhouse in downtown. I was there before the baseball stadium.
Okay.
Thank you to Sandy,
You're
because
welcome.
she got us that baseball stadium. But when I heard about this project, I got my eyes were just huge. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is huge for downtown
really
to
cool.
have something like that. And the demand is high right now. But I'm thinking as an investor, what got you guys interested in Toledo? What was the inspiration?
Well, my father, George, he started the company 60 years ago. He has an interest in historic buildings, in the cities. And he came to Toledo. He was like, the architecture here is beautiful. And we have a couple historic buildings in Lansing. He saw the tower. He really liked it. We held on to it for a period of time until my brother Nick was able to, put together incentives to be able to do it right. And we have a building in Lansing that we worked on called the Knapp's building, which we did the same thing. That was our first crack at it. Turned out great. We got the incentives, everything aside from the steel and concrete, brand new. Same thing's going to happen for this building, and it's going to be great.
It's going to be fabulous, I know. And I saw some of the pictures of the tile that the Italians tile makers were putting in. Absolutely gorgeous. Talk about fabulous for downtown Toledo. It's like New York.
Yes.
Well, with everybody,
true.
With everybody moving, they want to come downtown anymore. They want to live down there.
They want
and with
to.
the ProMedica being there, and a lot of people going to be down, they're going to be looking at these apartments, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. Right now, I think we have 60 people who are inquired
Really?
about getting units.
Great.
And they're 106, so I think they're going to go very quickly. And it's great to have ProMedica right across the street.
Oh, right.
Because
Absolutely.
you have to have the catalyst to be able to do that.
That's right.
And with a downtown like this, with the potential that it has, and Mud Hens, I've yet to go to a Mud Hens game,
Oh, you'll love
but
it.
I was going around, I walked around the stadium.
love it.
I don't think there's a bad seat in the house.
There
No.
is-
No,
I mean,
there
so,
is.
and I like
No.
baseball a lot.
That was one of the good things.
Even walking the
about when
hallways,
we
you got a
built
good
it.
seat.
Yeah, I bet. So I'm really looking forward to going to
you'll
a
like
game
it.
this summer. Absolutely. And
you'll
it's
like
right
it a
in my
lot.
heart. So, yeah.
Right. Now, you were talking about some of the other things that you're doing in the building, but you were doing something different than what everybody else is by bringing other local businesses into the commercial part on the first floor. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
We're working on a couple deals just to try and, because there's a nice walkway where you have some retail out front.
Right.
So we're trying to find, and Nick is great at that as well. He likes to go around and find exotic uses for some of the retail space to bring people. It's it's right off on the river. It's a perfect
Right,
place.
perfect.
So right now we're working on a couple deals, and hopefully we can announce them pretty soon here.
That's a private thing right now. I understand that. But at the beginning, when that building was open, there were shops along that walkway on the Summit Street side.
That's what I've heard.
And then
I
the
heard-
bank was toward the front. So it'll be a great addition to
All we
downtown.
can
Just
get.
another
Everything we
great
can
step.
possibly get down there is just going to enhance it. So
Yeah, I think so. That retail, I've lived for a stretch in Los Angeles, and and it was done a long time ago. The building was done a long time ago, but it has, some of the modern touches You know, now,
Right.
even when it was built, so it was a little ahead of its time.
Well, the fact that you're saving it and preserving it and putting it all back together, we have a tendency here to tear things down as opposed to rebuild and retake. So
Oh, and to tear
this
that
is
building
great.
down would be a crime. The
Oh,
brickwork,
you should buy
the way
the
it
old
was
Holiday
built,
Inn
so
across
solid.
the street from the county.
Right.
You really
People are
should.
looking
Yeah,
at that
look
right
into it.
now.
We definitely would. Our family loves Toledo, and we love
Oh,
being
good.
here, and we love.
Well, we love having you.
the
Thanks
people
for
as
being
well.
here.
Oh, thank you.
very much.
Thank
for
you
being
very
here.
much, Matt. It was great to
So
see you.
how
and meet
can
you.
people get a hold of you, or if they were interested in apartments, where can they go to? How can they get in touch with your organization if they're looking to purchase apartments?
Right now, probably the best number is the office number. It's 517-351-2480. We're right now interviewing property management groups to try and find the best fit and forecasting the market, for the right price per square foot. So right now, the inquiries are going to Whitney from our office.
Okay.
And it's 517-351-2480.
And I'm sure we can put that on our app, and we can put
Oh,
that
yeah,
on the
yeah,
website,
absolutely.
and get people. Because I'm telling you, the buzz is there. I mean,
Oh,
if you've
yeah,
got that interest already, those should,
Yeah, really.
So-
should take no time to fill them up.
We appreciate you being here, Matt. It's been a pleasure, and best of luck downtown.
Right. Look
Can't-
forward to
can't
seeing
thank you
you.
enough. But we'll
finished
be
product.
right back with
Yeah.
more of my Love My 419 in just a moment. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill, Sandy, Steve.
And
what do you got,
don't
Steve?
we look good? And you know why? We've got an old friend that's back with us. I'm
Oh,
talking
thank
about
goodness.
Men's Warehouse.
Yes.
Men's Warehouse is
Yay!
back.
Thank you,
Men's
Men's Warehouse.
So Men's Warehouse is sharing their appreciation for students, teachers, and faculty this prom season with their Prom Love promotion. $40 off a tux and suit rental credit and 40% off all of your rental purchases. So that turns into $50 off tux and suit rental when you mention Love My 419. So you stop in there, mention how much you love our show, or you can stop by the studio and we can take care of you guys. But either way, we're happy to have Men's Warehouse back as
I
our
want
sponsor.
a woman's warehouse, you guys. Pay attention
Thank you, Men's
here.
Warehouse.
Will
we
work.
don't need that right away.
Will work.
You've got
Yeah,
all
we
kinds
do.
of women's things. Okay. This part we're getting into is 419 stories you need to know.
The 419 stories you need to know.
Oh my gosh, and we've
Aha.
got some too.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. You want to start with
Well,
the Bedford,
yeah,
Michigan?
Bedford.
Truck scales.
Kudos to Bedford.
I'll tell you what, they got to weigh those trucks. It's tearing up the roads.
Right.
We've got something here in town. I haven't seen one of them operate, but apparently we do it and keep those trucks out of downtown areas so we don't tear the streets up.
Yeah, because I remember for a while they were talking about how bad the roads were in Bedford, and a lot of
Yeah.
that was because
Of
of
the
the truck
trucks.
traffic.
Right.
Well,
So,
Michigan doesn't do a very good job.
well,
on the
that's
roads, let's face it.
that's
Okay,
true.
second thing, Whole Foods. Coming, going, I don't know.
We don't
We're
know.
up in the air about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was going to be a 365, which is their lower price point brand, and they're having all kinds of financial issues.
problems, yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Well, they've got a couple of very large financial organizations that want a better price point. And they want
Oh, right.
more
Oh,
money
certainly
for
they
their
do. Yeah.
clients and for their stockholders, and
Yeah.
they don't think they're
I
meeting
hope
that.
we get it because I love Whole Foods. I mean, I really do, and I think that type of store is the trend now.
Right,
And-
home to farm, farm to home.
In
yeah.
the location it's in, it's kind of an anchor in that
Right.
location.
It is.
And it's
everybody's
large
waiting
enough,
for
right.
that whole thing to take off. So
And,
Right.
Yep, and it
So
meets
I
the
hope they get it
needs
together.
of Old Orchards. You've got University of Toledo,
Right.
Ottawa Hills,
You
West
know,
Toledo.
and right
where
behind
he
Whole
lives in
Foods is
Central-
guess what?
Yes.
Tony
Central
Packo's new
City.
restaurant is good.
Oh,
The
yeah.
drive-through.
The Tony Packo's
We had to
is
throw that
going
in
over
there.
there.
We had to throw that in there. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So anyway, we'll be back shortly.
Well, you know what?
What?
We've got
Did I miss something?
local kids in the NFL.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, my
I'm sorry. I'm
goodness.
sorry.
Huge,
That
Don't
is
worry
huge.
about it. We
I
got
miss
great kids
Yeah.
that are going
Sean
to go.
Kaiser is my
Right.
man, and
Oh,
I'm
you're
sorry
from
he left
Whitmer.
Notre Dame.
Well, you know, we just had the draft, and the NFL made a run on the Glass City talent not seen in decades.
Yeah.
So
Right.
9 years after Rodgers Fred Davis was drafted 48th overall by the Redskins.
Yeah.
Now we've got Central Catholic graduate Deshaun Kaiser became the second highest Toledo native drafted since 1973 when the Browns.
Wormley.
Chris
I'm an
Wormley.
Wormley
from
miss him.
Whitmer.
Yeah.
Who did a fabulous job for Michigan.
Yeah, and the Rockets itself, the Rockets' 9-year draft drought gave way to a deluge with 3 former UT
Right.
players.
Very cool.
Kareem Hunt, Michael Roberts, and Trayvon Hester, hearing their names in the program's biggest NFL yield since 1968. That's huge.
It's very huge, and it's a great honor for these kids.
Yeah, and then better yet for Toledo, the coach Jason Candle and predecessor Matt Campbell have recruited and expect the faucet to remain open. So, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Kudos. You can't underestimate the MAC. You can't underestimate
No.
TPH, the
You gotta-
school systems here.
Look at who's come from the MAC as coaches.
Yeah, I mean, they go on to bigger and better careers.
Absolutely.
So kudos to, and then NFL recognizing that we've got talent
And
right here.
congratulations to
You
all
betcha.
those wonderful young men, and we wish you well
Right.
in your new careers.
And we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.
Love My 419, brought to you in part by Darlington Nursing and Rehab, the skilled nursing, long-term care, rehabilitation and respite healthcare centre, fostering a nurturing environment where residents and employees are authentically treated with dignity, respect and compassion. Now a part of the CCH Healthcare Network.
More of Love by 419 in a moment, but right now we have our special guest, Joe Hamill
Hi.
with Key Realty.
Good
Guys
morning.
looking good today?
Yeah, it's nice to see you
thank you.
again.
Yeah,
I'll take compliments from anybody at this
great,
point.
great. I just came by real quick just to let our 419 viewers know a little bit about our market area.
Super.
Obviously, with interest rates hovering around 4%, it's certainly keeping our buyers
Oh, yeah.
more buyers
Thank
than there is
goodness.
inventory.
Right.
So you could argue that we're in the seller's market and we need inventory. One thing that does help out though is last month inventory did increase by 6%, and year round, March to March, Northwest Ohio 419 is up by 4%.
Excellent.
So that's
Excellent.
good things.
There's a lot of folks out there that are downsizing now because their kids are graduating, and they're graduating from college, and they're going off onto their own lives. So there's going to be a lot of larger homes for sale.
And that's true, and that's
First and second buyers.
And that's great because with the interest rates, they're finding out they can afford those homes a lot better, a lot more.
And you get a lot more house for the money.
Exactly, a lot more house for the money. Absolutely.
I had a lady from Monroe, Sarah, who wants to know how to determine if a reverse mortgage is right for her.
Oh, okay. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for asking the question. Good question. A reverse mortgage is basically a better left answer for the mortgage lender, not so much a realtor. However, with that, I do know that you have to meet certain qualifications, like you have to be over 62 years old, you have to have it as your primary residence. But if you have any more questions, whether it's good for you, the right type of loan, I'd be happy to answer it. Just give me any email, phone call, or anything like that, Sarah. Thanks.
Joe knows all, right?
There you go. There you go.
We'll be right back with more of Love My 419. I can't get that out there. In a moment.
right.
Stay with us.
I probably could have thought of a better segue.
What a smooth landing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not
Let's
supposed to say
just
that.
pedal forward.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Rolling on. Okay.
One of the really cool things, though, that does kind of make me want to ride bikes better is that the parks are expanding.
Oh.
So all the metro parks are going to eventually have a trail connecting all of them.
That's really exciting.
So you could just be like a park vagrant and like never leave. It's pretty
Cruise from
sweet.
park to
I
park
don't
to
think so.
park.
They usually close at dawn, but still.
Dawn?
Dawn to dusk.
Yeah, dusk. They close at dusk. They open at dawn.
Going to the park.
Yeah, you're wrong.
All these years. That's why
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about all these kind of like local stars of Toledo, but Toledo is also a launch pad for some bigger, more international stars.
Yeah, you did a really fun story for this, which I thought was.
I'm proud of it. I'm excited. I did not know any of these people were actually. You always hear that that Jamie Farr is the big Toledo star.
Yeah, and also Jamie, like Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
We didn't really talk about her, but we did talk about
We
like
mentioned her
Allison
in-
Stoner,
yeah.
who you didn't know was in the Missy Elliott Work It video, and I feel embarrassed for you.
I am ashamed.
I was
It's
unaware
okay.
myself.
Okay.
Hell.
To be fair, I didn't even know Allison Stoner was from Toledo.
So Live Jennings didn't make that?
Who?
from the 5th to the 14th, which is much longer than a week.
Well, I'm just trying to say that Toledo has better birds than many other areas. I'm from Southern California. We have very few interesting birds.
What do you guys have?
Seagulls.
Roadrunners?
Seagulls.
Yeah.
Roadrunners.
Hey man, seagulls are hilarious.
In the zoo, we have roadrunners. We don't just have roadrunners running through the traffic.
Oh, I've seen...
Specifically because there is so much traffic.
But yeah, so in our field guide, we've got all sorts of good tips on where to go for birding. But it's my suggestion to read the tips and then don't go during birdie because the out-of-townies will be back out of town.
Ooh, I like it.
The birds are they're not like a limited edition kind of object. They're around.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on lately. So
Yeah.
As summer comes around or spring gives way, like there's definitely everybody's hopping out. We're gonna have the patio guide coming up, which I'm really excited
Yeah,
about.
that's always nice. Wherever you can go outside and get a breeze and a drink.
Basically, it's just going to tell everybody where all the best patios are
so
and
you
what
can
they are. Yeah.
I'm excited to go shoot those patios.
Exactly. I'm excited to drink on those patios
Yeah,
while you shoot them.
We gotta practice.
Have a good beer
exactly.
selection.
Gotta check out the atmosphere. And also coming up towards the end of the summer is our Single in the Glass City contest. So if you want to be the most single person in Toledo, the most eligible bachelor or bachelorette, you can, contact us and tell us like, help, can't get a date. Or you can just say like, I'd be really good for this. Or something in between. We're trying to have a Tinder app, so all my Tinder people,
peeps, yeah.
my peeps on the tins, maybe you'll swipe right on the Toledo City paper.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Do you swipe right or left?
I
think
don't know.
it's right. I've never used it, but I've heard
Swipe
people
left
say like
is
I think
Swipe left to say no.
You can see how Tinder oriented we are. What do they do on Grindr? It's
Grindr.
Why are you looking at me?
Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Bill, Sandy, Steve, and I don't know who you are.
Sandy got a little furry in the mid-morning.
They have the same hair.
She had some bad coffee or something.
Both of them with gray.
Who was our little friend?
This is Charlie.
Oh my God, Charlie's so
She was wandering around the studio, and I thought it would be nice to have everybody see my little adoptee.
She's cute as all get out.
She's 7.5 years old.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it.
Well,
when I got her, she was about the size of this coffee
Oh
cup.
wow, she's definitely grown now, but she's cute as a puppy. But we got to thank some special friends out there. Yeah, and you know what we were talking earlier about prom season and how our Welcome Back Men's Warehouse is hooking us for prom. Extreme Class Limousine is also doing so. Prom season is here, and they always have the party bus for you guys too. So they offer airport pickups and more. So make sure your next transport is with Extreme Class Limousine. They actually took our producer's daughter and her friends to prom last night, as a matter of fact. So we got to give them a kudos because, they took care of all the girls. They had a good time, and they got them back safe.
Something to calm this guy down. Excellent. Okay. So
put on that cigarette tax, folk.
Right.
Down there in Columbus.
No, we've been hit enough. You stop it, Sandy.
No.
I'm going to tax you.
I'm
going to tax you because you have a dog. Okay, how's that?
I pay taxes.
Well, you're going to pay more because I want more.
I have to pay for license.
That's going to increase $300,000. Where's that money going? If you're going to use it for rehab of opioid.
Well, if it's going to go to health care and rehab.
Let's go. Final thoughts. I'll give you a final thought.
Well, we've got Mother's Day coming up, and I always urge people to plan ahead when it comes to doing something for your mom. Don't be last second. You've got Harold Jaffe Jewelers. You can go by there. You've got a number of local florists around there. So plan out and make an effort to really show your mom how much you care, because I know I love my mom, so I got mine all thought out. So
naturally you would.
I would. So,
but my mommy's gone. But I think of her.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, she's got a new mommy.
No, she's got an old mommy, but she's also getting older too.
All right. Is that your final thought?
That's my final thought.
There you go. So, from
it's the best place to live.
Yeah, I would agree.
In my 419, it's the best place to live.
I agree.
For Steve Reaming, Sandy Eisenberg, and Bill Delaney.
And Charlie.
Charlie. And we will see you next week.